What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and welcome to another episode of People's Questions. Before I get into you guys' questions, I would just like to congratulate the winner of last Friday's contest 3TR Championship, which was Zaniac, who was able to get the closest answer as for what was the actual total of money that I have given out on my show since the beginning. And the answer was $449.98, and his guess was $550. So you were the closest. You are the champion of season 2, and I've already sent you your $50 PlayStation Network gift card, and hopefully you will spend it wisely. And now that I have 2 champions, I just need one more. I will not be doing any contests for November. They will start up in December when I have saved up money to start them up again. So don't you guys worry. There's still time to be a third champion and get on to the ultimate prize of giving out $100, which will be the last contest question I do on the show probably for a long time. And with that, let me get into you guys' questions. I actually got 4 ones from 2 people. There were others, but I'll get into those at the end of the video. The first one comes from a good guy named Noah Brown, and you wanted to know what are some of my favorite musical scores in video games. The only 2 franchises that I really do focus on the scores a lot, to the fact that I actually have the original soundtracks, and I do listen to them on my, MP4, MP3s, PSPs, even on my PlayStation 3s, all on musical devices, would be from the Metal Gear Solid franchise and the Final Fantasy franchises from 1 to 10 only. In Metal Gear Solid, I would say my favorite score would probably be the song Enclosure. And for those of you who do not know, it's actually the song that plays in the background during Sniper Wolf's death in Metal Gear Solid 1. And then there's a remastered version playing during Naomi's death in Metal Gear Solid 4. And both of those are really emotional scenes. They definitely have, touched me in here and made me cry a bit inside. Maybe a little bit more for Sniper Wolf when I was younger when I first played it, but yeah. So Enclosure, and a good second place would be the Metal Gear Solid 2 theme playing for Sons of Liberty, which plays during the intro video, which is just epic. It has the right soldier cue. It gets your blood pumping. It lets you know that this is going to be one hell of a ride, and it's going to have tons of suspense, stealth, action, just everything for a great summer blockbuster thriller or suspenseful movie. So those are my 2 for Metal Gear Solid. And in terms of Final Fantasy, I would say many people say One-Winged Angel from Sephiroth's theme to Eyes on You, which I'm not sure if that's a score. That's a song on Final Fantasy VIII. But my overall favorite score would be Zanarkand from Final Fantasy X, simply because that music is so beautifully toned that even the battles don't interrupt the music. And that's something I have not seen in any other Final Fantasy game. A song that is done so beautiful that whether you're in the opening world or in a battle, the music just keeps on playing, and it's just the right tone for the situation that happens during that particular moment in the game. And I would even put that as like one of my top 5 favorite moments in Final Fantasy, period. So those are just some of my favorite scores. There are several more, and if you want to know the whole list, just contact me down below and I'll be sure to give you more on the list. And the next set of questions comes from a good guy named Trucco Man 91, and you had 4 questions, but I condensed 1 to 2. And you first wanted to know, how's my Halloween? It wasn't anything special. I didn't dress up or anything. I really sat around the house, played Assassin's Creed 3 for about 3 hours. I got called into work, and damn did my store get slammed hard. I was dealing with customers that were literally picking up costumes, taking them out of the packaging, and then if they didn't fit, they didn't even bother putting them in the packaging. They just threw it right on the floor. And I even took pictures at work of just this mountain stack of costumes, and I had to spend 2 hours going through each and every one, having to match them, having to fold them, having to put them back in. And just customers at my store just pissed me off around the holidays. And this was just a taste of what Christmas is gonna be like, because Christmas is always 3 times as bad. So my Halloween wasn't all that great. This is the 10th year I have not dressed up. Maybe I'll do it next year, but probably not. And your second or third question is you wanted to know, am I voting, and if so, who for? No, I'm not going to do any voting this year. It's not that I don't think it's important. It's just that between Obama and Mitt Romney, I don't really want to vote for either one, because on Obama's side, Obama 4 years ago, which I didn't vote then, but his whole perception was change. Everything was going to change, and America's going to be better. And although he does have the death of Osama bin Laden on his belt, I really have yet to see the supposed major change. And I even saw one of his commercials that he said, change isn't going to happen overnight, but you've been in office for 4 years, and I don't really see this dramatic change. And if anything, the only change for me has been significantly worse. So Obama is probably not the person I would vote for. But on Mitt Romney's side, he's Republican. That's Bush's party. We all saw exactly what the Republican Party had done to this country for 8 years. Don't want to see the Republicans back in the White House again. Not that I have anything against them, because I don't know him personally, but just from what I have seen, from what this new version of the Republican Party has done with the country and its previous, say, 2 decades, not a big fan of them. So I don't feel like voting for either one. I just want to get through my own life without dealing with too many politics. I just want to get by. I don't want to get too political. I could be one day, but just as of right now, just too much stress. I have too many things to deal with family matters and with financial problems. But they're not really problems. They're just things I have to constantly think about. And with that, I'm going to end the questions with that. Now, I am aware that a lot of you have sent a request for me to talk about the whole thing about Disney buying Lucas, and I am going to talk about that, but I decided I'm going to do a separate individual video because I just don't want to mix these with that big topic, which would take significant longer time to talk about. So I will put it up. I'm not sure if I will put it up today or tomorrow, because I am going to go see Wreck-It Ralph and the Man with the Iron Fist in about 10 hours from now. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to put those reviews up later today or not. I'll have to think about it as soon as I get back from the movies. So they are going to come probably within 24 hours. I promise you. It's very detailed, or at least I hope to make it detailed enough for you guys. And if you like this video, please like, comment down below, and subscribe up top to keep track of me and my future videos. And remember, guys, please keep sending me in your questions. I go through every question I get every week, all the time, so I always need to constantly keep getting new ones in to do future shows. And like always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.